Just kidding. Hey y'all, Cat Mccloud here. Welcome back to my channel. It has been a long time. Today I am just going to be going through a bunch of my 2019 makeup favorites. It's going to be kind of a get ready with me kind of situation. I'm going to be updating you guys on my life. I've had a few changes, as you can probably see, and yeah, that's going to be pretty much it for today. So I hope you enjoy. Please hit the like button and the subscribe button. Hit that notification bell so that you get notified every single time I post a video. Now that we're done with all of the boring stuff, let's get on to the fun stuff. So I'm just going to go in the order that I apply my makeup. So this is my favorite primer of the year. This is the Glassy Skin Balm from Touch in Sol. It's a balm, but I believe they say you can use it as a primer. Not on it, of course, because that would make too much sense. I got this through BoxyCharm in my BoxyCharm subscription, and I just love this because, I mean, it just comes out as like this, almost this lotion. It really is a balm. That's like the perfect word for it. And I just love applying it to the entire face because it gives such a skin-like finish to every foundation you put on top of it. It doesn't matter what kind of skin type you have, it is going to work for your skin. It just makes it look so glassy is really the word that comes to mind. And it can actually double as a moisturizer. So you can use this as like a one step and go if you're not putting on sunscreen, which you should put on sunscreen. That being done, let's go ahead on to foundation. So this foundation actually jumped up and surprised me because when I first tried it, I didn't like it. And then I just kept hearing thing and thing about it. And I was like, well, maybe I should give it a second chance. And so I reused it and I have literally not stopped using it since. This is the Wet n Wild Photofocus Stick Foundation. This sucker is like $5 or $6. It's got a nice big stick on it, you know, so you don't have to like work to apply it to the skin. And so the way that I apply it is I just pop a little bit on the reddest areas of my skin, and then I kind of use it to blend to the rest of my skin. I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. And I blend it with a brush. So I like this flat brush. This one is from F.A.R.A.H, F-A.R.A.H. And it is their Stippling 40 FM brush. I've just liked it because it's not a heavy brush. And I just brush this outwards to the edges of the face. It's a medium coverage. So if you have a lot of issues going on, maybe you'd want something a little bit heavier coverage. But I think for like a day-to-day basis, this one is absolutely beautiful, and it's another one of those that can be used on multiple skin types. I still have not heard anybody say that they hated it, it didn't look good on their skin. The issue with this would be probably the shade range. They just don't have very big shade ranges, so they need to improve that. Every brand needs to improve that, let's be honest. Okay, so do you see kind of the finish that that combo gives my skin? It's like really, it's very skin-like. It's like my skin, but better. Alright, that being done, the next step in my routine is concealer. Now, I've had a hard time finding a concealer that like super 100% works for me. So these two products that I've kind of been using as a combo, one of them I've been using as my color corrector, and that is the NYX Gotcha Covered Waterproof Concealer. I don't think they sell this anymore, but it's very similar to the IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Under Eye Concealer, or so I've heard. This is in the shade Light. It's pretty orange, so that's why I use it for my under eye corrector, just to correct that purpleness and give it a kind of a warm tint so it doesn't look gray when I put my concealer on top. So this is the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer in the shade 10 Fair. I'm going to go ahead and apply those a little bit right now. And I have really been loving concealer brushes. I've just been returning to brushes this year, I think probably because I've been reading a couple of different makeup books. But these brushes I just got the other day at Ulta, and Ecotools was having a sale, and these are their concealer brushes. I got both of these brushes for like I think $3 or $4. It was pretty awesome. I am going to take this NYX Gotcha Covered, literally the tiniest amount, and I'm going to spread it out on my fingers and then really just dab it. Honestly, that's probably twice as much as I needed. Let's see if I can do it with just the one side. So I'm using this little bitty concealer brush to kind of place it just over the areas that are purple, and then I can blend out the edges in just a minute. That way we maintain the highest level of coverage. Then I'm going to take this airbrush one on the other side, and I'm going to just go over it very lightly and blend out the edges. Then I'm going to take this flat one, and I am just going to dab it over. Probably going a little too hard if my eyeball is moving like that. Now I'm taking my Fit Me Concealer, and I'm just going to put a little dot of this on the back of my hand, and then do that same process using the little bitty one to place it and this bigger flatter one to blend it out. Just over that darkness. And then I'm using whatever is left over on my brush to go over my eyelids, because I don't really have an eye primer this year. Recently I've kind of been getting away from eye primers because they kind of make the eyeshadow look a little bit gummy. So I've just been using a little bit of concealer to give a tiny tacky base and cover over any darkness or veins that I have. And then I've been using a little bit of translucent powder to set that before I go in with my eyeshadow. Using my fingers, just tapping all of that out, letting it melt in, get kind of natural. There we go. So that is concealer, under eyes, done. For translucent powder, I was actually shocked by this one as well because I didn't like it at first, and then people kept raving about it. And it's in the Photofocus line from Wet n Wild. Who knew this line was so good? And it's just really nice. It's got like this nice light baby powder consistency, and I've just been loving it. So what I've been doing with this is I have been going in with kind of a smaller setting brush, tapping off the extra. I go over once or twice just patting it, and then I just sweep it very gently. And then I sweep whatever is left over on my brush on my eyelids to set those. And then to set the rest of my face, I just go in the lid with a big old fluffy brush. And I just grab a little bit from there, tap off the extra, and I just put a light layer, mostly in my T-zone, a little bit over my cheeks, but not very much because I don't want to lose that glassy finish, that skin-like finish that we worked on. I really like it. Plus you get like a ton. It's like $5. It's amazing. Wet n Wild. For my brows, I have been loving the Precisely My Brow Pencil. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And yeah. Okay, so I'm just moving the bangs and then brushing the brows. I love how I told you guys I was going to update you on all these big major changes, and then... So as you can see, my background is quite different. That is because Aaron and I just recently moved. So we moved from Bossier City, Louisiana to Tyler, Texas. So about 2 hours away. Kind of crazy that we're Texans now because we've both been Louisianians all our lives. It's been fun though. It's been real fun. So we moved to a smaller apartment. My brother-in-law said something pretty apt. He said that humans are like gases and we feel the volume of whatever container we're placed in. And that is so true. So Aaron and I got a smaller container. Aaron's been calling it our hobbit hole. We got rid of a bunch of stuff, like probably easily 30 to 40% of the stuff that we owned. Pretty crazy, but also very fun, you know, to be on this adventure with my best friend, you know. So you'll notice my light is different, and that's because of the Christmas present that Aaron got me. He got me 2 big softbox lights, and so now I was very thoughtful of him to help me pursue my dream, you know. Okay, so I'm going to go in with the Anastasia Clear Brow Gel just to set those. I love this one because it feels like hairspray. It'll put the hairs exactly where I want them, because sometimes my brows can get a little unruly. A little on the boyish side, you know. I want to look like a girl, gosh dang it. I mean, look at that. Like, that's crisp. Now I'm going to go in with my favorite bronzer of the year. I honestly was trying new bronzers simply because I was trying to get away from the butter bronzer from Physicians Formula, because that smell, not a big fan. I'm still kind of a fan, I'm gonna be honest. I got this one for my birthday from Ulta, and it is the Benefit Hoola bronzer, and it's just a little baby version of it. So I've really been enjoying it. It's been going a long way. I mean, it's lasted me, what, 5 months now? It's a nice golden color. It's not really like an orangey color, so it kind of just looks like a tan. Giving a little bit of definition because I am pale. I like blending it up here. I think that this instantly makes a face look healthier, just putting it on your forehead. And then I just take a little tiny brush, tapping it off on my hand, and then I just define my nose a little bit because I tend to lose a little bit of that definition. And I kind of like the cartilaginous character of my nose. It's so funny because like this part of my nose is my dad's, and then like this part of my nose is my mom's. I think it's interesting. Am I not interesting? My favorite blush of 2019, this is honestly one, it's one of those products that I'm just proud that I have it, you know? This is the Milani Baked Blush in Dolce Pink. If you've ever seen the NARS Orgasm blush, this is literally the same thing, except instead of having like a gold shimmer, it's got like a pink shimmer to it. So it looks, to me, it looks a little bit more natural. Hang on, that was too natural. Oh yeah, there we go. Woo! Okay. It's just got kind of like a nice little glowy shimmer. I don't know if you can see that. I really like it. So I'm just going to tap into that a little bit and then just going to sweep it back. My favorite highlight of 2019. This is the Ofra highlighter in Star Island. It is just such a pretty, like, glowy highlighter. It's so pigmented. It just melts into the skin. It's not gritty, it's not powdery, it's not dusty, it doesn't emphasize texture, and it's got like this nice warmth to it, so it doesn't give like this icy highlight. It kind of still looks natural on the skin, kinda. So I've been enjoying taking a big old fluffy brush and kind of hit the tops of the cheekbones, and that kind of makes it look like it's melting into my blush. Oh yeah. Yeah, girl. Woo! And I take a little brush and I run it down the center of my nose. And I run it on the top of my lip just to make it look like it's catching light as well. Little milk mustache. Yes. Yes. I like milk. Also, I received this in my Ipsy bag. I think it was actually a collaboration that Ofra did with Ipsy. Ipsy is a beauty box subscription, just like BoxyCharm. So I'll put my referral links down below, but it's not like a sponsorship or anything like that, so you can do it in good conscience. It's just so that you guys have a place to go to. So I highly recommend both of those. They're super fun, especially if you're trying to build up your collection. Alrighty, eyeshadow. I have bought a few different eyeshadow palettes this year, like 10. I just can't stop buying them. I love them so much. This surprised me. My favorite one was the Hangin in Hawaii from B.H. Cosmetics. It's a $16 eye palette, and it's got just the most beautiful tropical summery shades, but you can use it really any season. Also, I just love the way that it's organized. I'll be making a video about that soon, not just this palette but other palettes, just how they're organized and everything and how to navigate them. But this one I've just been dying. The packaging is to die for. It just goes perfectly with the theme. It really is just gold. And so if you see this kind of format from BH Cosmetics, I think you'd really like one of these palettes. And I guess I should honorable mention, my favorite eyeshadow brushes have been from Moda Pro by Royal and Langnickel. This is the brush set that came in my BoxyCharm in like October or November. It's so nice. It's so nice. It's like all of the brushes that I use on a regular basis. So I'm going to go in with this shade first. This is Shaka. Ooh, ooh. And I'm just going to blend that in my crease real quick. Oh my goodness, it just blends out so nicely. I just wish that everything in the world was Hawaii themed. If it's Hawaii themed, I'm probably going to buy it. Now I'm going in with the shade Coconut. Actually, they have some cool tone shades in here. There's your winter palette. Gosh dang, I feel this getting away from me. I feel it. Using a little bit of Shaka on like a sort of flat fluffy brush, kind of coming under my eyes. I'm going to go in with my little smudgy brush, and I'm going to go in with the shade Mahalo. Just a little bit of darkness, a little coolness right on the outer corner. Not doing anything crazy. I love watching the videos of like models and supermodels and actresses getting ready in their bathrooms. That I think it's Vogue does it. I absolutely love watching those and kind of learning like what is normal for a literal model. I'm going to take that same flat fluffy brush and I'm going to go in with the shade Waikiki. And I'm going to kind of go darkest to lightest with my shimmers, working from the outside to the inside. putting that on the outer, I guess third, that would be, oh, that's such a pretty shade, honestly. And then I moved up to Sandy, and then now I'm going in with Hoola, this lightest golden shade. So I'm just taking that Hoola shade on a little pencil brush and just coming in that inner corner kinda. So this year I have a lot of beautiful makeup video ideas, but I really want to hear from you guys. What do you want to see? Because I'm doing it for you. Let me know either in the comments or by liking the videos that you found the most interesting. That really helps me out, putting my finger on the pulse. I am going to go in with an angled brush, and I'm going to go in with that Mahalo shade again, and then just go right next to my lash line, just to kind of give my eye a little bit more length. So now we are moving on to eyeliner. I'd like to do a liquid liner just because I never do it. This is the NYX Professional Matte Liquid Liner. It is literally the most pigmented, like, matte thing ever. It's so easy to control. I did that terribly, and yeah, so I'm just gonna go ahead and eye my lines. I'm gonna line my eyes real quick, then we're gonna move on to the next step. Thank goodness this palette has a mirror, right? Wow. Okay. Now I don't think this one professes to be waterproof, so if you have like really watery eyes or you cry a lot like moi, then I'm gonna go ahead and do my waterline with the NYX Wonder Pencil. Open that up just a little bit. So my favorite setting spray I got in my Ipsy subscription, and this is from Tarte. It is their Stay Spray. The reason I like this is because it's just a nice fine mist. It smells good. It smells like cucumbers, and it doesn't really change the finish of your makeup too much. It just kind of helps everything melt into the skin. So we are Dwight K. Schruding it once again. Like extra glowy. And then I am going to use my favorite mascara of 2019. It jumped out at me. It's the Benefit Roller Lash. I have been using this nonstop, and I think the reason why I love it so much is the brush. It really just like grips your lashes. It's literally like you're like, and I love that because I love when a mascara coats every single lash. So I'm going to go ahead and curl a little bit, and then I will use that. I just want like a little lash fairy to come in and just curl my lashes, and then I never have to do it again. Ugh. And just wiggle it just a tiny bit and then brush it through. I'm using the other side to kind of separate them, and I'm doing the bottom lashes with that side as well. Oh my gosh, look how long it made my bottom lashes look. So I'm not going to use my favorite lip liner today, but my favorite lip liner this year has been the Colourpop Lippie pencil in BFF. I don't know, it's just such a nice, it's kind of like a cool flesh tone color, but I'm not going to use that one because it doesn't go with the lipstick that I want to use today. I'm going to be using the Rimmel Exaggerate Full Color Lip Liner, and this is in the shade Eastend Snob. And I'm going to be pairing that with my favorite lipstick of the year. Now, I have 4 because I just love lipstick. First of all, from Maybelline, this is, I think it's their Color Sensational lipstick, and it is in the shade Nude Lust, but for me it was like the perfect, you know, natural lip color. Then this brand is called Belle and Argent, and their packaging is just so pretty. It's got these little silver stars. All of their stuff is silver. This one is one of their minis, but it comes with a full-size lipstick inside. I got this as an add-on with Ipsy. I added it on for like $3, but this is the shade Click Your Heels. You know, very silver screen inspired, and just perfect, just beautiful. I absolutely love it. And then from L'Oreal, I have really been liking their Rouge Signature lip colors, and this is in the shade I Represent, and this is just such a beautiful, like, hot pink shade. But this kind of acts as almost like a lip stain, and so I've really been enjoying just the ease of that. I like the shape of this pointy, you know, doe foot. It just goes on smooth, and it dries down, but it doesn't feel uncomfortable. But the one that I'm going to be using today is from Becca. This is their Lipstick Love, or sorry, their Ultimate Lipstick Love, and it is in the shade Pink Ribbon. It's a neutral pink, and it's supposed to match any skin tone. But when I first saw it in Ulta, I was like, I don't know if I can pay $26 for a lipstick. But then I went through and swatched this shade next to a ton of other shades that were like more affordable and everything, and nothing compared to the pigmentation, the brightness. I liked the actual color a lot better than any of the other colors. So I was like, well, if I can't find it anywhere else, then I'm going to use my points on it. But I just really like this like heavy magnetic closure, and it's just, oh, it's just such a pretty color. So I'm going to go ahead and line my lips, and I will put this on top of it. So what have you been watching on Netflix? I heard that The Witcher was really good. Does it have like witchcraft in it? Because I'm not down for that. I've heard The Umbrella Academy. I've heard that was really good and creative and everything. Like my favorite show ever, well, one of them, right, is Ink Master. Is that back on now? But I love that show. That's my favorite. It's my favorite competition show. Besides, there was one on Netflix called Glow Up, and I am not even heckin' kidding. Oh, the people on there did so good. I actually did one of the challenges on it, and I did it under the time that they allotted, and I was like, I may have to do a video of doing like all of their challenges. My favorite lip gloss of the year. I have not been a huge fan of lip gloss before this year, and I actually really enjoyed this one. This was from NARS. This is their oil-infused lip gloss, and it is in the shade Orgasm, which is why it's got like this rose gold kind of packaging. I really like how natural and normal, but it still gives like that pink tint, and it's got a little tiny bit of shimmer to it. It's so pretty. That is my full face of favorites from 2019. If you have any of these, let me know your thoughts on it, because it's nice for people to hear multiple perspectives. So definitely like give me your perspective on these different products. Thank you guys so much for being here. Once again, please like and subscribe, hit the notification bell so you know every single time that I post, and I will be seeing you in my next video. Okay, bye! So what I usually do is I use my brush, of course. I have neighbors walking by. I may want to shut the blinds. Hang on one second. And we fill the container of what... Ah, gosh darn you. I'm going to have to get better at this. Oh gosh. Oh. Case in point. Just going to cover that up real quick. Gosh. Oh gosh, I just said nude. If I'm watching somebody's video and they've got like foundation all over their lips, I'm like,